Welcome to the One Hand at a Time podcast. I'm your host, Chris Welton. And today I've got a really special guest. It's interesting. We kind of knew who each other were for years, but we finally have started to build a friendship over the last several months, which has been really neat. But a guy I know that we needed to come on and have some conversations about current market. What are people doing to win this market? What's different? And then we got some special incentives and some gifts for you at the end. So make sure you hang around for the end of that. But I want to welcome Don Goettling to the call.
Thank you, buddy. I'm excited to be on your podcast, bro. And it has been absolutely wonderful getting to know each other better. The way we align, the way we try to help our industry. It's just, it's a no-brainer. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to progress in our relationship and our impact. It's very cool.
Yeah,
I'm looking
me
forward
too.
to today's show. It's gonna be a good show.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the direction everything's going and the changes in the industry that people are really jumping into and just trying to not to recreate the wheel, but there's a lot of things that people need to go back to that worked in the past, but didn't work last year, but they may work now. And I'll get into some of those stories with some of my top producers, but I'm just curious, how do you feel about the market right now? And what do you feel like the trajectory is going into 26?
I'm glad you asked, because it's a lot more fun to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
Because I've been in this industry, just for a little background, because not everybody knows who I am. And this is not self-promotion, just to give you some idea of my background being in the industry for almost 40 years now. Like you, kind of an athlete and an adrenaline junkie, as a professional supercross and motocross racer, and then got injured, and then went into finishing my college degree, and then went into the mortgage industry back in 1987. That's right. I was 12. But I started
Exactly.
a long time ago. But, just like a lot of you on this call, just, started as a loan officer, then went into branch management, and then escalated to being a regional manager that got large enough to do 300 loans a month for 18 straight months, doing $1.5 billion in business. So the reason I even bring that up is just so you get some idea of that. I'm in the trenches, been in the trenches, understand your challenges, your plights, been through cycles, many of them. And I'm pleased to, share. And a lot of the experts are agreeing. I just came back from the Housing Wire Econ Summit with, experts like Logan and Barry that you guys all know. And everybody's feeling very confident about 26 moving forward after, the fatigue and volatility since 2020 we've all had to deal with. Talent being shaken out based on market conditions. Most of the time, what do we have? 18 months to 24 months of drought in our industry, and we're going on, well over 3 years.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be really refreshing for those who lean in, and we'll talk more about that, Chris, of course, because as you are a coach, of those who are gonna really take advantage of this improving market. Not everybody's going to, but a lot will. So I'm excited about 2026 moving forward and what you're going to do for the industry and what we're working on doing together with you to really help our industry succeed for those who want to lean in.
I love that. I first that I know it's like numbers wise, there's been a drought with certain parts of the industry, but you and I both know people that never stopped winning. Like they just kept going, right? Like they pivoted, they realigned their focus, they changed what they were doing because they saw what the market conditions were. They didn't keep going back and beating what I call the COVID drum. Look what I did in 2021 and 2020, 2021. I'm like, I did all this business. Well, did you? Really could have put a fruit basket under a tree, shook the tree, and all the fruit fell in the basket. So we know these key players in the market that have just gotten better and better and better. I'm just curious what your conversations have been like with them on what they've done differently compared to what they did prior to COVID. Like COVID was a madhouse. If you get a deal closed, you were going to close the most deals. But post COVID, these guys that are still winning, and we know a lot of them, 100 million, 200, $300 million producers that just seem to keep going. What's your take on, or what conversations have you had on what they've done different?
I love that you brought that up, Chris. And there's opportunity for everyone, but what I have seen is the challenge, because I have a lot of loan officers that I've been working with. I see who has adapted and who hasn't. There's a lot of our industry that's probably gone because they were trying to do what was working in the past, thinking it's going to work now,
Yeah.
or I hate to say it, but it's a fact, Chris, and I know you know it because you coach people, that a lot of our industry became very lazy because of COVID. It
Mhm.
actually hurt our industry because trying to get
Yeah.
some of my own loan professionals to do what is needed to be done that they even used to do that they won't do now because they're like, oh,
Yep.
I don't want to go to events. I don't want to put myself in the way of opportunity. I just want it to come. I'm going to use social media as my, sit at my desk and just do social media and business will just come in. And they're finding
Oh,
out
yeah.
that is not the
That doesn't
answer.
work.
It's going back. Actually, this is a good thing.
Mhm.
Going back to old school. Thank goodness that social media is not going to replace AI is not going to replace. Everyone is leaning back, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, but
Mhm.
hopefully you're seeing the same thing. Is that they want relationships again? They want
Yeah.
trust. They want knowledge. They want expertise, and they want partnering. That's
Mhm.
a good thing because if they didn't
Yeah.
need us, they can hire anyone or they can go to
Yep.
Rocket. But luckily, our partners need us more than ever. Meaning the real estate agents that used to beat up on us now are like, please help me with work
Yes,
together,
exactly.
and we should.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm really working on bringing the mortgage industry and the real estate industry back together again as one because we have to. We're competing now with huge marketing budgets that we can't compete with. We're not going
Mhm.
to beat out Rocket, Zillow, Redfins, and all those
Yeah.
guys with marketing budgets. But there's plenty of market share left. So what
Yes.
for us to get our market share, I feel we just need to work better than them and smarter than them and add more value, and then we'll get our market share. So that I think there's a lot of opportunity, but doing what was working in the past isn't working now. And that is the thing. Everybody got really
Yeah.
lazy. My LOs that are doing great are getting back on the phones. They're going
Mhm.
back to doing meetings. They're
Yeah.
they're really nurturing their database again because they let that go when they were busy with all the refis.
Oh my
So
gosh. Did
now
they
it's
did
getting
they
back to
ever?
basics, being
Did they
consistent.
ever let it go? Yeah.
Oh, completely. I mean, pick up a phone. You watch them. They have such a hard time because all they had to do is answer the phone and they got a deal.
Mhm.
Now picking up a phone and adding value, heaven forbid. It should be a relationship business. You should earn the business. So right now I see those that are building momentum, which I like because motivation
Yes.
doesn't last.
Yep.
Momentum does. So we're helping individuals like you're doing, Chris, who's building that momentum by creating consistent habits that they work on daily and monthly that
Mhm.
is making them win. And there's no way we all know activities, the right activities, you will win as long as you're doing the activities. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, being consistently consistent with the right activities, you'll win. I was on stage recently and they'd asked me some questions about what I thought about 2026. And I said 2026 is the year of the relationship. And what I meant by that
Yay.
was is we have to get back to the old school relationship building and understand what that looks like. One of the big things I've been working with a lot of my clients is go back to those relationships that you used to have that you've lost for some reason. Maybe they left you for some reason. They went to this. There was something they did different. Excuse me. They had an MSA, whatever it is. Call them and see how things are going. I said, because what I know to be true is that when those people leave you most of the time, when they go to that next relationship, if it doesn't work out, they're too embarrassed to call you and tell you it didn't work out. So why don't you be the one who reaches out and say, hey, we used to do a lot of business. Why don't we grab a drink and grab some coffee, whatever? Like, let's have a conversation. I'm just curious how things are going with you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And try
It's
to rekindle
harmless.
some of those, yeah, some of those
You're not
past
asking for business.
relationships.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And,
love that.
and, but the year of the relationship, I mean, it just in every area, we know that good relationships, I mean, that's the currency, right? Like, we talk about, I love it when you said about social media, everybody's sitting on their social media, hoping things happen. Like there are so few people that get real business consistently on social media. Now, I don't look at social media as a business builder for me. Excuse me. For me, it's proof, proof of concept, proof that what I say I'm going to do, proof of who I am, proof how I show up. So in my world as a coach, speaker, people say, oh, well, do you know Chris well? No, they go to my Instagram. They see, they go, oh, wow, this guy's exactly what people said he is. So I think it's so important for loan officers to be exactly who they say they're going to be in their social media, right? What problems am I solving?
Authenticity is back.
Yeah. How did I just help a client win a deal? How to help a referral partner get another deal? And anybody, and I'm sorry, I'm just on a rant here real quick, but
Go,
anybody, Don,
it's
that,
great.
yeah, anybody that's in the mortgage space that is not trying to do at least 25 to 30% of their business non-QM, you are absolutely just, you want to be in third place. Like, I can't help it. Like, there's so much opportunity there. And I'm fortunate to coach one of the highest producers in the non-QM space. The kid's 28 years old, right? Closed 55 deals last month on non-QM, right? So like,
Woo!
when you look at that, how much business are we missing? Because we're all chasing the best rate to sell a conventional product, and whoever gets to the bottom first wins. But here's a product that helps your realtor close more deals, protects their paycheck. So what's your take? How do you feel on the non-QM space, Don? Like, what's going on right now?
I'm right there beside you, side by side, running that mud race with you, buddy,
Yeah.
because our best producers, most consistent, have become non-QM experts. Yes,
Yeah.
anybody can do a cookie cutter loan, including,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the Rockets and go online and you can get a loan that way. Your
Yep.
true value is giving them different options, having different discussions with them, saving deals, creating deals. I mean, our most consistent are becoming experts in non-QM, meaning understanding various options for their clients based on their particular scenarios,
Yep.
because each one is different. I mean, I'm in one of the most difficult markets in the nation, in Los Angeles, because we have so many people that are in business or in the movie business or have various ways to get their income. It could
Yeah.
be RSUs, meaning they're getting it in stock. I mean, there's so many various ways and various properties that we have to be experts of,
Yeah.
that non-QM, a lot of them are doing 50 to $100 million in non-QM business because they're
Mm-hmm.
becoming experts. So I agree with you. You need to differentiate yourself, and that's a great way to do it, because saying you have the lowest rates will never win you the deals. Someone will always have a lower rate or do it for less money. So that's
Yep.
not the way to build your business. Am I right?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, when I look at the non-QM space, of course, you and I lived through the mortgage subprime meltdown, right? And I think
Yep.
some people get this thought in their head, like, non-QM, oh my gosh, it's just like subprime. No, it's nothing like it.
And
It's
let's hope
nothing
it
like
never
it.
comes.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing like it. It reminds me of a little bit of, remember when the Alt A was getting kind of like, you know what I mean, like kind of an
Well,
Alt A type of
I'll think
stuff.
of
It's really,
what
yeah, that's what I'm
First
saying.
Franklin was all A. It wasn't
Yeah,
subprime.
yeah.
With 100%
Non-QM is a
loan.
similar, yeah, to me, it's like an Alt A product, right? That's the way I look
I
at
agree.
it. And they still have to qualify. You're not doing 100% loan for a 590 credit score with a business card, and that's the only proof of income we have. Like that, we're not doing that. But they are making it so people, like these investors, these hedge funds and everybody that are buying these and securitizing these non-QM products, they're smart people. They're smart
Well,
investors, right?
it
Like,
became a lot smarter after the
oh
market.
yeah, of course, of course.
They're paying attention to what they're supporting and securitizing and buying and
Yeah.
purchasing. That whole tranches and hiding, C paper loans and
Mhm.
dressing it up with, and making it look like an A paper loan, but it's a C
Yep.
paper loan. That became a problem. Now they've gotten smart, and thank goodness, you and I both know,
Yeah.
being in the industry as long as we had,
Yeah.
when we were seeing the no deals, meaning you breathe on a mirror, you get a loan for whatever house price you wanted to purchase. We knew that was going to collapse. That is not
Yeah.
viable. At
I,
least now you have to prove there is a means and a way to make that payment. Even if you do a bank statement loan,
yep.
they don't do stated income. It's no, let's
Mhm.
see the numbers to make sure that you're talking, the
Yeah.
right way, that you actually have revenue coming in.
Yeah. Do you have the ability to repay? Do you have the
Yep.
willingness to repay? Right? Do
Yeah.
you really have the assets? I mean, I think that's pretty much what it looks like, right? So, like, you look at a guy who's self-employed who uses tax code to his advantage, because the IRS tax code was built for entrepreneurs. That's why they created it in the first place. You can take advantage of those tax breaks. So therefore, I've got to pay a point to point and a half higher on my interest rate and get the house I want. But I'm able to save thousands in taxes. I'm not a tax expert, so please don't try to go quote me or anything if you're listening to this. I'm not a CPA. I have a CPA. I have a tax advisor that I use. Those are strategies that we implement, and it may work for you, may not. Sorry, I had to put that disclaimer in there because people
Nice
like to make
disclosure.
comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Well, you can tell I've been questioned before. So you so we have the non-QM piece. We know there was great opportunity for growth there. I had a guy on a call yesterday and he was like, I just don't know enough about it to feel good to sell it. I said, well, here's what I would do. And I want your opinion on what you would tell someone. For me, what I said was grab 2 non-QM products, the DSCR and the bank statement loan, and learn them. Go learn those 2. That's it. Start there. There's a ton of other products.
Easy.
Yeah, but start there. And they're really easy products to learn, right? You shouldn't be afraid of them. They're really easy, right? So what would you tell someone that says, I'm just afraid of I don't know enough about it to sell it yet?
You hit the nail on the head. I really can't give any better advice than that, Chris. And the fact that I tell my team, just continue to learn. Our team's doing a really good job of sharing, best practice, what's working, what's not working, how I save the deal. And we're creating that community with Momentum Builder to help with that, Chris, so that you can go on the forum and go, what are people doing right now that's winning? Because I know when our team shared, it was great. You're like, I didn't even think of that, or I should have done that. Or we share, hey, I have this challenge. What do you guys think? And someone's like, oh, I had that, and this is where I went, and here's what I did. So I think us coming together and helping each other, those who are willing to help each other and grow and get better will grab more market share, because my team knows, throughout my career, my favorite word is market share. I'm like, that's the only thing you control. You cannot control rates. Stop trying. Stop worrying about it. You can't control it. You can't control the Fed. You can't control, BLS numbers, for example, all that stuff. But you can control your activities to create more business and putting yourself in the way of opportunity. You can control that. So I agree with you. If you learn those 2 products alone, it also will give you the confidence to go learn more. Once you have those wired, and then you share that you're an expert. Right now, it's going to be really important that you share that you're actually an expert, not just a order taker. Especially now a lot, and I have to touch on this because a lot of you out there are nervous as hell about AI, that AI is going to take our jobs. And we just talked to the #1 real estate attorney. I got this from Dave Savage, and they were sharing. He asked, hey, do you think AI is going to take our jobs as loan officers? He's like, nope, will not happen. He goes, you're that confident? He goes, yeah. He goes, 1, you guys all have an NMLS number to basically be able to do the loans. Who do you think that goes through? The regulators. The regulators need to solidify their job position. So therefore, they're not going to let somebody who doesn't have an NMLS license and has to be monitored and controlled and all that. So it's not going to happen. It's just there's too much money in it. So that's a good news. 2, AI can improve your business and support your business and make you more efficient, but it will not replace relationships. Agreed. Actually, AI is making people want to go back to one-on-ones, in my opinion, because they don't trust AI. I don't trust that person because it may be an AI bot. I don't even know that's a real person talking to me on the phone or the video or whatever. So people are now more than ever wanting to make sure they know the person and can trust the person who's giving me advice on my biggest debt and purchase of my life.
Yeah, I love that we're going to go into AI a little bit. And I don't think AI will ever be able to out-human me, because I have errors, right? I make mistakes and I may not conjugate a verb right or whatever that is, right? I mean, so they're not going to out-human me in a relationship, but they're amazing. The tools that we can use them for. I use chat almost every day for certain things. Like I just use it. I use that instead of Google, right? I just do. So it helps me process certain things faster. It creates things for me faster than I would need them to do. So it'll definitely take away that piece, but I think it'll make you more proficient as a loan officer. So I just spoke at Mortgage Con last Monday in Orlando, and the creator of Arrive was there. And he was on stage, the LOS that's in the broker world, right? Yep. And he was talking about AI and how they put all this AI inside of there that's helping them process things faster and get to solutions better for the borrower. So it's getting more efficient with certain things. But I know AI is not perfect, because I've had AI run some numbers for me recently on some bank statement stuff I was putting in there to run some P&Ls. And I said, those numbers don't add up. Like that's numbers. I can tell you right now, looking at that's numbers not correct. And I went back and, oh, you're right. That is wrong. Here's the right number. Like, How can AI
Yeah,
make a math mistake? Like,
yeah, yeah, you
yeah.
definitely have to be careful. You know, it's here's where I like where we're going, Chris, and I love that you're a student in the game, like really learning how to make professionals more efficient and better and more successful. So, for example, at Sales Mastery coming up this year in October, we're
Yep.
getting very specific with AI because everybody's talking about it. It's the
Mhm.
buzzword without a doubt. But how are people actually using it? And we're not talking over the top. We're talking, here's some basic steps. Start with this. Then you can do this. And this, and these are, we're going to bring up people that are actually, we're bringing experts that have the tools and explaining why they created them. Then we're also going to bring users, people just like you and I that going out producing. How are they actually implementing AI to help them,
Mhm.
not replace them, just help
Yeah.
them? So we're going to get very tactical strategies that you can implement. And here's the people or the companies to help you align with those, because we vetted them out to make sure that it isn't a bunch of fluff. Because we've
Yeah.
all, perfect example is social media. How many times were you told, I'm just hire me? And there's some good social media companies, Josh,
Mhm.
social code, all that. They're
Yep.
good. But there's a lot out there that promises you, hey, just pay me $99 a month and I handle it all for you. And then
Yeah.
I got you 185,000 impressions.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're fired. And they're like, wait, I got you all this recognition. Yeah, but not one call. Not one
Mhm.
call. So is it doing any good? Same thing with AI. If you're not using it correctly, it's just noise. So let's learn how to utilize it correctly to help your business grow, not get in the way of it. Because people love the shiny object and they want to have something to do to work for them. It doesn't work. It just should help you do it
Yeah.
better and more efficiently. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, and I can't wait to see that and hear that. Like, so where would it fit best in my business? Like, what gaps can it fill? Right? Where can it make me or my assistant or my loan partner or my processor more efficient? Right? Like what does that look like? And that's the thing that he talked about too with Arrive was all Fannie and Freddie are built inside of it now.
Mhm.
So Arrive, so it's all in there. It's inside Arrive. Like you
Yeah,
can
we
all
have
the
Gino, my business partner, Gino, he's working on one that
yeah
has all that stuff already in it. And
yeah
it's not a buzzword. It's just, this is more convenient. Here, look up the guidelines right here.
yeah
It's a no-brainer. It's all there in place. Now, you have to be careful because AI is not always right,
right.
and you have to verify the findings. But at least it should shorten that time frame of
Dude,
where should I even go, or can I do this? But you still have to re-verify
so
because if you start
I
trusting that, be careful. It'll get you in trouble.
oh yeah. So we'll date ourselves here real quick. Do you remember having to like look at a book for the Fannie guidelines, the Freddie
Oh, I
guidelines?
had
Like,
them. Oh yeah, yeah. The
yeah.
first test I had for Gino when he
I-
was my loan officer, he wanted to become my business partner, like handle my business in the back end. He's like, so
Mhm.
what should I do? And the first thing I handed him, you'll know this book, the
Yeah.
4155. I want you to
Yep.
understand all the FHA guidelines and how what they are and how we can get loans through and where the dots are and the
Mhm.
commas are and the ands and the ors are,
Yeah.
because if you really know that, you can save deals, because even an underwriter is wrong sometimes when they're like, oh, you can't do
Mhm.
that because of this. No, no, no. You didn't say and, it
Yeah.
or we
And it
can do
also
this.
said down here in VA, it said underwriter discretion. Like
Yeah,
it says that all through the VA guidelines. Like almost everything's
right.
underwriter discretion. So like you could say yes, you've just decided to say no. Like
Exactly.
it's up to
And
you.
sometimes you have to educate them, and
Yeah.
if you do it professionally with your facts. But now, like you said, I get your point is you can get to those facts a lot quicker and easier
Yeah.
with AI than having to flip through a book and go, section, 28 A and C, A through C
Mhm.
explains that guideline that we're talking about.
Yep.
Such a pain, because we had those Fannie, Freddie, Jenny, we all had all those
Oh
stacks of
yeah.
books. They got
Or you
updated
just
every year. You got your new stack each year. What
yeah.
a pain.
No, I know.
So
I know. I mean, that
we're
was
dating
you
ourselves.
you look back on that now, it's like, man, that's why I'm just saying like so and I said that example to people. So when they that weren't part of that generation, when they look back like now, they're like, well, it's easy for me to go look up a Fannie guideline. Yeah. But think about how much faster it is once AI's in all the LOSs and it'll tell you, wait a minute, this doesn't fit this guideline or this does fit a guideline. And it does some of the the warnings or this, it pauses for you to refine the guideline or whatever, that's just going to speed up the process for you to get a get a file closed. Maybe not the cleanest file, but it's going to navigate that and help you get through it. But again, even all that, you still got to have an understanding for guidelines and understanding how to turn a no into a yes with an underwriter. That's through relationships. Sometimes that's through conversations and problem solving that AI may not be able to do, right? Like let's talk this through, right? This is what this looks like to me. I understand that AUS is saying this, but I don't feel like this is the right answer.
I like where you're going. You see the same thing. It helps when you have experience. Like you said, you and I come from a long history of learning through the growth process and the tech improving over time. Now it's hard though. I love that you're a coach and you help people through this. We're going to do the best we can through momentum builder because unfortunately there's information's easy and it's easy to manipulate too. And it becomes noise. So what we're going to do is try to narrow it down based on the level of your production, your goals, your markets, whatever it is. Everybody's got a little different way of doing business or what works for them. So we're just going to bring the opportunities to them and see what speaks to them to help them with their business. And Chris, we're even going to actually have different levels within our within Momentum Builder, depending on your production levels. Because I know when you train somebody who's trying to go from 2 to 5, totally different from something from 5 to 10 or 20 plus. Completely different conversations. Because at 1 to 5, I'm not going to overwhelm them with stuff that they can't implement. They don't even have a team to implement it. They don't have an assistant to implement it. They can't. Let's get you to 5, and then we'll get you that assistant. That will do this, this, and this. Once you do that, then let's get you this tech, these assistants, these VAs, to get you from 10 to 20. There's different levels. And I know you coach based on their levels, and our goal is to get them from white belt to black belt.
Yeah.
But you have to go through the stages. You don't just go there and always tease about, I knew enough about certain subjects to get my ass kicked. I thought I was a black belt in something, and I'm like, I got to be careful what I'm talking about. I better know what I'm talking about before I get my butt kicked and stuff. So it's just levels and learning and taking those steps. But more than ever, it's going to take consistency in this market because, the good news is the industry is still creating great lifestyles, great lives for them and their families. It's going to be only for the people that, are out to serve and out commit others. Is that what you're seeing?
Isn't that the truth in every industry though? Like you have,
sports. It's no difference in sports.
Yeah. People that do the work and what we call the unseen hours, they put in the extra time, they build the teams, they do the things, they hire the coaching, like they do the things in any industry, they tend to be the ones that win at a high level consistently. There's a lot of people that just hit it out of the park in the beginning and then they fall on their face. We've seen that, right? But a lot of people, again, I had someone ask me the other day, they said, "Hey, Chris, walk me through this. I have a 50-year-old mortgage originator who's been in the business for 25 years. Built all his business. He did great again before COVID, through COVID. He's got a great database, but now things are changing and he doesn't want to go back and do the work again. What would you tell him?" Well, they didn't like my answer, but I told him to go work somewhere else. Cause I mean, I don't know what your option is unless you can get someone to buy your book of business, but you don't have to go do the same things you did before, but you have to do something you did before. Right? Like we talked about that. The things that worked in the past may not work now, or in the most recent past may not work now. So what I do is every month I ask my group of clients the same questions. First one is, what habits and rituals worked for you last month in your business? What worked? And the second one is, what didn't work? And then we evaluate those on a monthly basis, because it may be time to pivot. It may be time to delete this thing we were doing and we're not getting results from. And as the market moves a lot faster than it ever has, it moves way faster than what it did when we started, right? Like it's just super fast. You can change those things multiple times a year. This doesn't work anymore. Boom, next thing. Bam, bam, bam. And try to figure out what that is that's working. And I'm always like, if something's working, go all in on that thing that's working until it doesn't work anymore. Yeah. Like I don't, some people are like, well, I don't want to go all in on that. What if it
Especially if you
fails?
like
Well,
it. If it's something you like doing, do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I
It will
mean,
fail
we all know that
eventually.
you push somebody that, you know, I have loan officers, they're not hunters. They're like, I'm not comfortable going to all those meetings and stuff. All right, let's
Yeah.
find something you are comfortable with. I'm not going to
Mhm.
force you to do something you just absolutely hate, because it'll be
Yeah.
obvious you hate it. People will
Yes.
see it in your eyes and your demeanor and your
Mhm.
conversations and stuff. So let's find something that works for you, you know, and we,
Yep.
you know, align them based on their personalities. Not everybody's got the same personality. Not everybody
Yeah.
is, you know, high that just loves people. Some are just grinders. You know, I have a guy that's one of my top producers. He hates doing any of that stuff, but he
Mhm.
will sit on the frickin' phone and make calls and do the work and learn non-QM and find the best options and make relationships better than anyone. He just doesn't
Yep.
want to go out. But others do great because they're very charismatic. They like going out and meeting people. They find like-minded people, like people that have their personality, and they get along great. It just depends on who you are. Because I've even told some of my LOs, and you'll get a kick because you're a charismatic guy, is charisma and hard work are actually challenges for our industry in
Mhm.
sales, because you think that's an advantage. But I learned the hard way, because when I was young and energetic and, you know, handsome and cute back then, I got business. I got people to like me.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Don. Don's fun. Don's
Mhm.
energetic. Don's great. Don brings this. Don brings donut, whatever it is. Until I finally realized that's not getting me business, though. I wasn't
Mm.
asking for business. I just thought they would give it to me because they liked
Yeah.
me. And then I had to learn, oh, that's not working. And I had to ask them, how come you aren't giving me business? Well, Don, you know, you seem nice, but I don't know what your experience is. I don't know if you can close my deals, because if I'm handing you my client, that's my check. I want to get
Mhm.
paid. So I need you to tell me why you're going to be a great fit for me and my clients. I like you. I'll party with you. So I had to get very clear on
Yeah.
my value proposition. So that's why you mentioned at the very beginning of this, when you do a video, it's who you are, it's authentic, and
Mhm.
here's what you do for people.
Yep.
Not about it's some kind of social media post that doesn't add any value. If you're adding value, people will want to be part of that. So it was a learning lesson, because I also thought I could outwork everybody. I would, because I don't mind
Yeah.
working. I come from a professional, athlete, and you know that you're willing to put the hard work in. I see you do
Mhm.
freaking crazy mud runs and stupid like stuff I don't even want to do, but you'll put the work in. I thought I can outwork everybody until I learned I was running out of hours.
Yeah.
I was trading hours for dollars and running out of hours. And thankfully, this is teeing up, you know, the opportunity we're going to give everybody that, and you were there too. Luckily, somebody introduced me to sales mastery and Todd Duncan, because I was doing it wrong and almost quit the business until somebody gave me the right resources, motivation, inspiration, tech, people to be around that totally changed how I do
Yeah.
business, and has changed how anybody that works for me does business, because of being aligned with the right group, the right community, the right people, the right professionals, the right tech. I mean, I didn't know how to duplicate myself. I was just running hours. So working hard or being charismatic is not always the answer. It's actually doing the right things with the right people.
Yep. I agree. You have to earn the right to ask for business is
Mhm.
one thing, but excuse me. But sales mastery, let's talk about that. Okay, let's jump into that. So I remember sitting in the front row of sales mastery in 2000, not in the front row, in the back of the room actually, in 2005. I tried to get in the front row, but I didn't have a VIP pass. Um, and looking at this and taking notes and so many things that I could leave with from this event. That's I'd been in the mortgage business like 3 months at the time, like
Oh,
literally
you're
like
so lucky.
three
Good for
months.
you getting into that so early in your career, though.
Yeah, and my best friend who was in the mortgage business, they got me into it. He says, buy this ticket, fly to Palm Springs. You need to go to this event. I'm like, okay, I've never been to an event before, right? So I go and I got my notebook and my pen, and I'm taking all these notes,
Four
and I got
days.
introduced to, yeah, 4 days. Got introduced to coaching, right?
Yep.
Hired my first coach, Bill Hart. After that, I signed up for
I love
Mortgage
Bill. I
Coach.
talk to him all the time. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, Bill's one of my good buddies now, but like
Yeah, I
in
love Bill.
so it was a life-changing event for me early on in the industry. It gave me everything that I needed to hear, and I was in a room with people that are winning at a high level. And I want people to understand that that's what events are supposed to be for. They're supposed to help you grow and get to that next step. Putting yourself into an event like sales mastery, making that time commitment and the financial commitment to get in there, that's like a requirement for you to grow. So my wife's is in dermatology, right? And so she has to go to so many things per year. That's like part of it, what it takes to be licensed, to remain being licensed. So
Mhm. I
look at it that
I
way too.
believe that
Practicing,
growth, yeah.
yeah, practicing your being in a mortgage practice. I need to go to events like that. So I want you to. I was at Momentum Builders a couple of times too, but I want you to break down what's going on with Sales Mastery this year, why we're so excited about it, and what you can't wait to see.
Well, of course, I'm fortunate. You mentioned Sales Mastery and Todd Duncan, who have changed our lives, both of us. These friends, both of ours,
Mhm.
and he's been a mentor of ours all these years, and it's transformed more mortgage professional than anyone will
Yep.
ever probably transform over the last 30 plus years. And now to be aligned with my the Todd father, I call him, of our business,
Yeah.
and to now be aligned with him to make sure that we provide all the value needed. So we brought together Sales Mastery with Todd Duncan, 30-year legacy with the most experience, the biggest playbook there is in history he has, with our renewed energy and basically aligning the two of us to make sure that we provide very intrinsic value at the event. It's not a fluff event. Now, we've all been to events where it's kind of a party, but half the seats are empty in the morning, half the seat because they partied too hard the night
Mhm.
before. One reason we moved it from Vegas. Uh, and then in the evening, afternoon, you see half the seats empty because they're at the pool.
Yeah.
Our community that we're pushing is that's not who we want at Sales Master, because we want people to really go there to engage, learn, and be transformed
Yeah.
and network, meet, because you don't know who you're going to meet that's going to change your life. Like me and you, Chris, every time I talk to you, I learn something. It's exciting. You motivate me, you pump me up. I'm like, what a great relationship now that I have to lean on, because I can ask you questions for my team. Hey, what are
Yep.
you telling some of your coaching clients to be successful, and what's working with your clients, because you can see
Sure.
progression and not progression,
Mhm.
just like I can with the industry. I talk to so many leaders now, but we're going to give very detailed strategies. It's not going to be, we're not bringing the guy who was super popular and killed it 20 years ago. It's not relevant today. Even all those people that are like, I did $300 million in 2021. Who cares? What is
Mhm.
working today?
Yep.
So we're going to bring top experts and originators and people that are actually using these strategies, like implementing them. And we're going to slow down the pace this year. We're actually shortening it from 4 days to 3 days, or 2.5. We're going to have a grand opening Tuesday night, but it's going to open at 4:30 on Tuesday, October 6th, with our grand opening night. The idea is let everybody get in that day so that we make it as efficient of an event as possible. So that gives you all day Tuesday to get in. We're doing it in Dallas. It's in the middle of the country, direct
Yep.
flights from anywhere. That's why we moved it to Dallas. That way, Midwest can go, East Coast can go, West Coast can go. It doesn't matter. The location is beautiful. It's a great location in October. The weather is amazing. So we're going to have our grand opening night, kick it off, get the energy going, get everybody pumped up. Our theme this year is breakthrough, because we think this is a breakthrough year for everybody. And then we have a big party that night to start everybody networking in our impact arena, we call it, with the best vendor. These are not sponsors, by the way. We don't do sponsors. Everybody that's a part of our event are partners. These are
Mhm.
people we have legitimately vetted out, use the product, know the owners, and know that they're great for the industry, and people that our attendees need to go meet to learn more from.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 full days of very direct. We're slowing down the pace this year, and we're doing more direct engagement and bringing on amazing panels. It could be a panel on branding, it could be a panel on, we're going to do separate panels for AI because it's so important. We're going to bring tech experts to explain their platforms. Then we're going to bring on users that are actually using some of these
Mm.
platforms and how they're using it.
Yeah.
We're going to bring Yes, we'll have some motivational, great speakers. We're bringing, Coach Michael Burt back because he's teaching people how to build wealth,
Mhm.
not just how to do loans. You know how to
Yeah.
do loans, don't you? If you don't, if you don't, get out of the business. That's the table stakes. You need to at least be able to know how to do loans. But we're going to teach you all these other ways to build a business because that's how you become successful. That's how you become wealthy. That's how you become build your legacy and makes you very proud of what you do. So it's going to be very strategic. We're going to provide the summaries, the AI notes, and then we're going to keep where the keynotes end, the implementation begins. We're going to help you implement throughout the entire year what you learn, because
Mhm.
unfortunately, you're only going to absorb about 5% of what you're going to see.
Yeah.
You'll get motivated, you'll take notes, you'll get excited, but about 5% will really be absorbed because the next speaker comes out. Oh, Chris was great. I love what Chris Welton said. That was awesome. And then the next speaker comes out. Oh, that was really good panel. I learned so
Yeah.
much, which is good. We're providing a lot of value. But then we're going to help you implement afterwards. We're going to have AI. We're going to have AI bots, meaning you can still talk to that, like Chris. We're going to develop one for you. So now they can
Nice.
ask Chris questions about what they learned at the event.
That's really
And it's going to
cool.
be you answering them.
I love
So
that.
our goal is to help you implement throughout the entire year. And we're not going to leave you alone. We're not going to get you excited, pumped up, and let your diet crash. I mean, if
Yeah.
motivation lasted, my gym would still be busy in February.
Mhm.
It's not.
Exactly. Discipline is a requirement. Motivation
Exactly. So we're going to help
is
you create those disciplines. We're going to give you accountability. We're going to give you a community to help you. And we're going
yeah.
to be surrounded by great professionals like you, Chris. We're going to utilize your coaching experience and Dustin Owens and great coaches that really care about our industry, Bill Hartz and so forth.
Mhm.
Good people that you can learn from and see who speaks to you. Some people
Yeah.
will really enjoy how Chris Welton coaches.
Yeah.
Others may like a Bill Hart,
Oh,
and
sure.
so forth.
Sure. I love
But
Do. I'm a
he's
fan.
our
I'm a fan. I'm a
coach.
fan of D. I'm a fan of Do. I was just with Do in Florida last week.
He's
So
awesome. He's a
Do's a
good
buddy of mine.
dude.
Yeah.
He's doing
Yeah.
it for the right reasons, just like you. So
Yep.
we're surrounding ourselves by the giver's mentality of people. It's really nice when you become successful. You can't wait to share what you've learned. And believe me,
Mhm.
a lot of these learnings are from the mistakes I've made. I've made more mistakes than
Oh,
all of you on this
yeah. I'm with
call.
you. I'm pretty
I
close,
fail
brother. I'm
forward.
pretty close.
Uh,
I'm pretty close with
yeah,
you.
I'm
Yeah.
right there with you. And
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to fail because people ask Gino and I all the time,
Mhm.
how did you guys do all this stuff? How'd you build you know, a, a $1.5 billion region, and so forth?
Mhm.
A lot of failures, a lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes I've made, a lot of money I've spent. I'm going to save you because I'm
Yep.
going to make sure it's vetted and it's something of value to you versus the shiny object that you're going to pay money for, think it's going to replace you and do all the work for you, which it won't. So we're going to really be very conscientious of what we're putting out there and who you're aligning with and hold you accountable to helping you succeed. Because I think anybody that's going to be part of the Momentum Builder community and which is Sales Masters, is our signature event. There's so
Mhm.
much more we're creating with Momentum Builder, with
Yeah.
coaches like you and so forth, that whoever's part of our community, I promise will improve their personal and professional lives.
Yep.
I guarantee it. If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. That's
Yeah.
how solid this event may. And then, of course, we're going to close out with the party of the year. It's going to be
Yeah.
awesome. We're going to close out Thursday night. We're not doing the Friday anymore. So you can go home to your families on Friday or go enjoy Dallas, whatever you want to do. But it'll be ending on Thursday, and we're going to end it with a giant, huge celebration, I should call it, for all of us feeling good about what we learned at that event. Go continue networking, celebrate with your friends, and then we'll also have our celebrity cornhole tournament. It's going to
Nice.
be
That'll be
awesome.
fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I know you said Coach Michael Burt. Is there anybody else can you release any of the other speakers yet? Anybody else? Any big names out there?
We're getting closer to some. Of course, you'll be one of our speakers.
Which is
Uh,
amazing. Appreciate that.
I think it's
Definitely.
awesome. When you and I spoke, and I
Yeah.
interviewed you. It
Yeah.
wasn't just like I'm like, Chris, what are you going to speak on?
Yeah.
What are you going to share? And I love your helping everybody through adversity.
Mhm.
And you're a coach. You're in the trenches. You're real, and I love that. You're going to give very tangible, real, authentic, you know, strategies and
Yep.
goals and, and what you've seen works and doesn't work.
Mhm.
That's valuable. That's tangible that you can take home and feel good about. Yes, we'll have a, motivational speaker here and there. We're opening night. I don't know if I should tease, but we have a very good opening night person that their
Nice.
whole entire speech is based around breakthrough, helping people
Love
break
it.
through. And that's our opening night. And it's be cool.
Love that.
Todd always does an incredible job.
Yeah.
He's the best MC I've ever seen. His playbook of what you can do to be successful based on whatever's happening in any market, he has that playbook. He's just
Yeah.
phenomenal at that. I'm going to share how to build and maintain momentum. That's my thing. It's my brand, and I'm studying hard on it so that I can help teach people how to build and maintain that momentum. And it's the same thing for a sales professional as a professional athlete. So I have a lot of alignment being a
Mhm.
professional athlete of what I learned. In fact, I just went back to racing
Yes, I
professional
did.
class
I
at
did.
old age.
Yeah.
It's called the vet class. And it reminded me of all those things I had to do back in the day when I raced professionally to be competitive, because my goal was to be top 10 in the
Mhm.
world. Anybody,
Right.
yes, I'm 60. Anybody 60 and over, I want to be top 10 in the world,
Yeah.
which I knew that meant I'm going to have to really train. I'm going to have to get a coach. I'm going to have to be disciplined. I'm going to have to eat better. I'm going to have to go train. I have to figure out the time to do it and all that, and be mentally focused for that. And fortunately, it worked. I got 7th in the world championships,
Love
and then
that.
I raced two-stroke world championships and got 3rd in the world. And then raced Mammoth motocross, which was one of the biggest races in the West Coast, and got 3rd in the world there. So not too shabby for an old guy.
Well, congratulations on that. I saw you pushing a weighted sled today on social media. So, being a High Rocks champion myself, I know that pushing weighted sleds is a heck of a workout. During the
Is it?
competition,
It looks
yeah.
like it's something good. Just pushing a sled. It gasses you, man.
Well, I'm pushing when I push 340 pounds is what we push. So,
Yeah, I'm not
you
blowing
know,
out my handy.
yeah. So that's a lot. And I'm a bigger guy. I mean, I'm 6'5", so like I'm in
Oh,
260. So it's not as big pushing the slide, but it's still a
yeah,
lot. But
my 5'9" and 175. It'd be a little different.
yeah. Well,
But I
Don,
see
look,
you doing this stuff. You walk the walk, dude. I dig on
thanks,
that,
man.
Chris.
I
And there's a
appreciate it, brother.
great alignment when I talk to you and I see, I'm going to throw it out there, but, one arm doing stuff that, you know, people that with 2 arms couldn't do. And it's
Mhm.
hard. You're a Goggins freak. I study Goggins
Yep.
too, because he teaches you. It's not because he's a little out there, meaning he's
Mhm.
extreme, like
He
how
is.
how he pushes his body and almost killed himself many times. But what he has shown us is that we can all do usually between 40 to 60% more than we think we can do. We
Yes.
think our limits are this. We think our physical limits are this. We think we can't do more than this. And he has proven over and over, you're wrong. You
Yeah.
can accomplish a lot more than you think. And I'm hoping, between us, Chris, that we can help more people accomplish that, for not just them, but for their families. And we're going to have a health and wellness section. We're going to have a wealth building section. We want to have it holistic to just help you personally and professionally. Because if your house isn't in order, your work won't be in order.
No, it
Plain
won't
and
be.
simple.
It won't
Just
be.
saying, your finances aren't
Yep.
in order, then you're not investing in yourself. So I really hope that, we're going to give everybody a smoking exclusive opportunity for your listeners, Chris, because we really want the right people at this event,
Yeah.
the people that are really investing in themselves, the ones that'll show up on time, come back on time, and stay the whole time.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it. Every session is strategically chosen and designed. It's not fluff. It's not just to get butts and seats. This is going to add true value.
Yep.
And I really hope, a lot of your listeners will invest in themselves and join us at this event. Because for one, we only have so many VIP tickets, which includes front row seating like you wanted,
Yep.
and lunch, and a buffet lunch with Todd
Yeah.
Dunk and myself and other professionals that are basically lunch and learn. So it's really easy VIP lunch, but those tickets are limited. We're only going to have 350 of those. And the room and the value and the networking and the camaraderie is above all. The energy, you felt the energy. I mean, the
Oh
energy is
yeah.
just off the charts. You're not going to fall
Yeah.
asleep.
And I'm normally not a suit guy on stage, but I'm going to wear a suit on stage because of Todd Duncan. So
I know
I will,
he makes
I
me
won't,
want to dress up too.
yeah, I won't be able to compete with what he looks like, his way he dresses, but I'm gonna get real close. I'm gonna get real close. I got a tailor, so we're gonna get real close with that. But look, what can we do to get more people to go to Sales Mastery? What are we talking about? What are we gonna do?
Okay. So I don't know if you have that graphic to possibly pop up.
You can send it to me. We'll edit it in here.
Okay. So bottom line is we're going to give you the lowest price that anyone will see. We're giving you $200 off of what the price is right now. Let me just pull up real quick what that looks like. I have it here. Okay. So Chris will send out this. It's Welton. That's just WELTON. You go to salesmasteryevent.com, salesmasteryevent.com. You'll see a lot of great info. If you use the code Welton, you'll get $200 off, which will basically be the lowest price you will see throughout the entire year. We had one lower price at the event for those that were already at the event. We already sold 150 tickets at the event, just like that. The event will sell out. So I'm really hoping that people take action and commit now. And then what's nice, Chris, you're going to enjoy this because I'll bring you and others on our podcast, our workshops. We're going to actually start building the momentum from now until the event. We're not going to wait till the event. We're going to have all kinds of value added stuff to help you start building momentum so that you can leverage it even more at the event because you'll be even more prepared to absorb this great information.
Well, I can't wait. Cool. We'll make sure we get that out to my whole database. Anybody that's listening to this, if the links will be in the show notes, you'll be able to click on that and get there. If you can't find it, email Taylor at chriswelton.live. She'll get it to you. But we want to fill the house up, get as many people as we can. I could go back to a journal in 2005 I have that has writing where I wrote that I was going to be on stage one day at Sales Mastery. 21 years later, I'm going to be on stage. So stick to your goals. Stick to your goals, right? And Don, thanks for having you on, man. I feel like we could talk for hours, and I can't wait to spend more time with you.
One more comment that I wanted to leave everybody with. That the industry doesn't need more information. It needs more alignment, leadership, and momentum. The professionals who commit to growth, relationships, and daily disciplines are the ones that will own the next decade in this business. So I'm hoping, Chris, you're just an awesome dude. Thank you for having me on your show. Thanks for being part of Sales Mastery. I know you'll be a big proponent and a supporter and alignment with Momentum Builder as we move forward because you're just a great human being and great for our industry.
Well, thank you.
So thank you, buddy.
I appreciate it. It's been my pleasure for sure.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the One Hand at a Time podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode and were able to take away something that will help you elevate your career, business, or just your personal life in general. If by any chance you would like to take your journey even further than just this podcast, then please consider going over to chriswelton.live and potentially scheduling a time to work with Chris to develop the steps to help you get to the next level. If you also are interested in learning even more about Chris Welton, then please visit his Instagram or YouTube channel, One Hand at a Time. There are weekly uploads giving you a true glimpse at his life and all of the motivation and knowledge that he has to offer. Again, thank you for listening, and we hope to have you back on the next episode.